Bang Bang MMA game. UFC 306 was a banger. In this video, I'm going to give my immediate reaction to all those banger fights and even the fucking snoozers. Starting off, Rosas Jr. was not fraud checked. People are saying, oh, he should have got the finish. He should have did this. There were times where he just told himself, I am going to stay in this position. I think it's because of his cardio. Maybe it's not. Maybe he's just gaining experience. He said he was injured coming in, thought about pulling out. But Raul Rosas Jr. with a dominant victory, an absolute dominant victory. Raul Rosas Jr., good fight. It's an experience-building fight. Don't listen to these fucking bums that are telling you, oh, listen, that it's an experience builder. Good stuff, Raul Rosas. Moving on. Joshua Van versus Edgar Chairez was that second round had to be the greatest second round of the year. One of the best fights ever. What a fucking fight. Now, Joshua Van, we have to have the conversation. Is he top 5 boxer in the UFC? He has to be in that conversation. When we talk about the Poiriers, the JDMs, the Adrianas, the Max Holloways, the Ilias, the Peter Yans, the Sean Stricklands, we gotta start putting Joshua Van, his body shots. That guy's top of the food chain boxer. IQ might not be all there, falling on a leg lock in a must-win round. Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief. That really not a good idea. But overall, my goodness, Joshua Van, top of the food chain boxer. He called out Cody Durden after. I want to see that fight. Joshua Van, Cody Durden, book it. Moving on. Listen, Yasmin got absolutely fraud checked by Caitlin Souza. No female WMMA fight should ever be like a minus 400. That does not exist with women fighting. Minus 400 coming in, and unless you're Zhang Li, and even Zhang Li shouldn't be a minus 400. Like, we just saw what Yang Zhou did to her and lasted, and Amanda Lemos almost got that Doris. No women's fighter should ever be a minus 400. Yasmin got absolutely fraud checked. What an absolute left hook by Caitlin Souza. Listen, we got Jessica Andrade 2.0. Good fight. Moving on. We have baby Israel Adesanya, Ignacio Bahamondes versus Manuel Torres. Ignacio Bahamondes was hurt early. Weathered the storm like I thought Brian Ortega was going to do, even though he did. And he absolutely finished. He could have finished him 2 other times. But Ignacio Bahamondes, baby Adesanya, that counter straight right. My God. When you're facing a blitzer, like an example, like a DDP, like a Manuel Torres, guys that just come forward with a reckless abandon, you gotta be a sniper, like a Sugar Sean O'Malley, even though he didn't show that, like a early Adesanya. Ignacio Bahamondes, even though I don't like giving this guy credit, man. I don't fucking like giving this guy credit. Bilal Muhammad did call him the best striker in the UFC. He is up there. He's definitely not the best, but he's up there. He is up there. Ignacio Bahamondes, absolutely great fight. On. Listen, man, Irene Aldana is over the hill. Like, I tweeted, I hope she doesn't have the performance she had against Amanda Nunes. That flat-footed approach where it's just a high box. Her guard is high, we get it. But moving forward, not checking leg kicks, like, trying to give everything back at once is never going to win you the fight. I'm sorry. You just got to, I don't know what it is, but that camp of her, Irene, Alexa Grasso, Diego Lopez, they all got the high guard, all boxing heavy. They don't check leg kicks. I don't get it for the life of me. But Norma Dumont is never going to be champion. Book it, bookmark this, do whatever you want. Norma Dumont, never in a million years, will be champion. She's a dog, yes. She has no finishing ability. She had Irene Aldana hurt with the worst cut other than maybe RoboCop I've ever seen in the UFC. Couldn't get the finish. Norma Dumont, you're just a normal. Irene Aldana's over the hill, and that is that. Moving on. For the main event of the evening, the main card, Ronaldo Rodriguez versus Ore Osborne. Ronaldo Rodriguez, this mother bleeper, was hurt so bad in that first round. Could have been a 10-8. It's like what we call a wobbler. It's a wobbler. It could have been a 10-8, could have been a 10-9. If I was supporting Ode Osborne, I would have said 10-8 for sure. It's more of a biased pick. But I thought Ronaldo Rodriguez won the fight. He won rounds 2 and 3. He came to finishing the fight, came close so many times in round 2 and round 3. So much control. This kid, this lazy boy kid, he's cool. But believe me when I tell you, if he faces these top guys, he's going to get demolished. Ode Osborne, like, I've never seen nobody with a body lock. Ronaldo Rodriguez might be the first person on mount. Like, he's mounted him, and he still has a body lock. I'm like, what's going on? But that's how much he wanted to control this fight. Ronaldo Rodriguez, lazy boy. Hey, lazy boy. It was a great fight. No shade, but listen, these top of the food chain guys, they're not going for none of that crap. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, good fight from Ronaldo Rodriguez, I guess. Ode Osborne, if I was him, I would at least want to draw or run it back. But it is what it is. Moving on. We have to take a moment to thank Jason Herzog. Imagine if that was Herb Dean. Esteban Ribovics versus Daniel Zellhuber. Esteban Ribovics hurt him so bad in that third. I'm talking about the fight could have got finished 7 times. Jason Herzog said, nah, keep fighting. And Daniel Zellhuber, finally got, his wits under him. He's like, he's getting hurt. He was almost out 3 different times. Came back, even hurt him back in that third round. Great fight. I'm rocking with it. I ain't gonna lie. I love this. I love this type of reffing. Jason Herzog, thank you. Unlike that mother effer Herb Dean, which I'm going to get into shortly, and that is that. We on. Also, Daniel Zellhuber could have easily won that fight. Fight from the outside. You're fucking 6'11" with a 7 feet wingspan. Fight from the outside. Stop trading with Esteban Ribovics, who has power and good in the pocket. Rookie mistake. We on. We have what I thought was going to be my fight of the year. Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopez. My simple reaction to this fight. Diego Lopez is really good, but man, Brian Ortega's chin has to be studied. He's never been finished in the UFC. That TKO to Max Holloway was not a finish. It was on the stool. Brian Ortega's jiu-jitsu is so good that a second-degree black belt, a coach, Alexa Grasso's jiu-jitsu coach in Diego Lopez, didn't want to engage in his guard. Think about that. He can rest in his guard. I don't know what it is about certain people, but basic jiu-jitsu always wins. Simple as that. Diego Lopez had him hurt, tried to chase the finish, went in his guard, and Ortega started throwing up triangles. He said, F this, and stood up. Brian Ortega, his chin, if he didn't get knocked down in the third, would have been interesting, maybe. I think if he fought behind his jab, Diego Lopez, after every fucking exchange, every combo ends in a left hook. I read that a million times. Fucking Henry Gracie didn't read it. But it is what it is. Brian Ortega, is he going to move up to lightweight? Man, he could submit. I think he could submit Gaethje. He could submit a lot of these lightweights. But if I were him, I would stay there. I would fight Arnold Allen next and try to work my way back up. But shout out Diego Lopez. Movsar Evloev, watch out. If you beat Aljamain, we're getting that number 1 contenders match. Watch out. We on. Alexa Grasso versus Valentina Shevchenko. Talk about an absolute snoozer. This derailed the entire card of banger fights. Valentina Shevchenko's game plan was, I'm going to take Alexa Grasso down and I'm going to half guard camp. I'm going to camp in her guard for the rest of the fight. Every time she took her down, she wasn't inflicting no damage. She wasn't throwing up no submissions. That arm triangle, she tried it a couple times, but it was more of threatening it. It wasn't committing to it. She half guard camp. All she did was defend submissions, bro. We gotta change the rules. These half guard campers, I'm tired of them. Valentina Shevchenko should be on a 3-fight losing streak. She lost to Talia Santos, lost twice to Grasso. If I'm Grasso, I need a rematch. I need the 4th fight. It's not gonna happen. Sadly, or not the 4th fight, the 3rd fight. Wait, Grasso won. Oh, the 4th fight, but it's obviously not going to happen. Valentina, I don't have anything nice to say about Valentina. You're an absolute washed machine. Manon Fior knocks you out stiff. Stiff. All that playing in guard won't work when you can't take her down. Ask Aaron Blanchfield how it was trying to take her down. Manon knocks you stiff. You lose to Rose. This division is growing. Young people are still there. Rose is still there, who's a bit older. Yeah, but your time's coming, and that is that. We're on. The main event of the evening. Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili. I told you guys. 50-45. Could have been a 50-44. The judges that gave 48-47 Merab should be trialed for absolute murder. This is on the level of murder. Well, the hierarchy of crimes, it has to be on that level. There's no way y'all tried to rob Merab from his belt. 48-47, are you fucking kidding me? Sean O'Malley, I told you, he was flat-footed. He can't deal with the Merab's pressure. Even if you clip him, you're going to have to flatline him, and you're not going to be able to do that because he's not going to engage in what Aljo did, coming blindly, try to get the takedown, or a blind haymaker. No, he played the distance game. You heard him in the fifth. But all in all, Merab Dvalishvili. And yeah, as far as fun fights goes, I'm happy I got the prediction right. But as far as fun fights goes, wrap it up. All this, fun fights. Oh, let's do this. All that shit is gone. Look at the champions. I love them, but Pantoch, Merab, Ilya's good, but Makhachev, Bilal, Dricus, Alex Perez good, and John Jones. Like, the era of us loving the championship fights, that's over. That's over. It's over. Wrap it up. UFC is cooked. We are finished. But great fight from Merab. Great game plan. Anybody with a mind could have predicted that. Anybody that says Sean O'Malley is going to win is just a hater. But yeah, great fight. And stay tuned for matchups video. I'm going to do a video on who should fight who. But yeah, great fights overall other than the co-main and main. And that is that. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend that the MMA gang is in. And that is that.